let's get some extra footage of the snow landscape. I switched to ND32.
Take off. The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
This is Åby Harbor. There's not so much snow down here, but it's still very, very beautiful. Let's do a point of interest. So the castle here is in the background. This is a very beautiful place. There's no doubt about that. It comes in different flavors. You gotta say that. There's no doubt about that. Snow that puts a different dimension to every landscape. There's no doubt. Yeah, no doubt about that. I just said that a few times. So let's just take a sneak peek of the castle. This castle is so beautiful. So you can see it covered nicely in snow. When you're zoomed in, it's a lot more difficult to do these point of interest. This castle is unfortunately privately held, so it's not accessible to the public, unfortunately. I have no idea where I am right now. So I'm over water. Let's just do a nice reveal shot here. How pretty is that? Let's put the castle in the cross here. The rule of third. And make sure to have 4, 5, 10 seconds of stills. And then I will just head back. What you can see entering the center of the frame now is an inn where you can go and eat in the summertime. And these flying movements, I usually try not to do those because they are very hard to do, especially when you pan the drone. It's not so pretty. But this is a very, very nice glimpse of the winter landscape here in the southern part of Denmark. You see I'm parked down there. See if I can smooth it in. And back to the roof and landed. I always do that butt in. There you go.
Landing.
Shit. But the story doesn't stop there. The drone was unharmed after sliding from the roof directly into the snow. The camera was probably saved by the ND filter in front of the camera. So the next day, I decided that I want to continue to do some filming around the place where my father is living, just to capture some of the nice snow landscape, to do some supplementary B-roll that I could be using for some of the videos. So I was flying around filming the property from different angles and everything was nice. But then I saw these kind of nice sun rays in the garden that I wanted to capture. So I positioned the drone very nicely in a couple of meters above ground. Then I was sort of panning to the side to see if I could capture those and the nice lighting that was in between the trees. Then I got this brilliant idea that I could simply let the drone hover from a couple of meters above the ground, and then I could back away and basically ascend, I think it's called, and then do like a nice capture of the scene there. And this is where it started to go really south, because I was concentrating about the movement and the rise of the drone while backing away. And as you know, there are no sensors that will warn you about anything when you're flying the drone. And I was very, very concentrated to get the shot really, really perfect, to encapsulate the house and the garden and everything. And I actually ended up crashing into the weather vane that was mounted on top of the secondary building. So it fell directly from around 3 meters height directly into the concrete. This time the outcome was not as pleasant as it was during the last crash. If you take a closer look and assess the damages, it seems the camera that was saved, nothing was happening to that. Again, the ND filter that I was using was popped off and thrown somewhere into the snow, but probably ended up what saved the camera in the end. I broke a prop. There was actually only one prop that was broken. The rest of them seems pretty unharmed. They're a little bit scruffed, but no cracks, so that's not something that I would worry about. Of course, those needs to be replaced, but the bad part is here on the back side. As you can see here, the plastic has cracked here on the back leg, so if I move that one upwards. But apart from that, there was no other damages of the drone. There's a little bit with one of the arms here, one of the back arms. Not anymore. It was at some point. It was making a strange noise, but that has gone away. So I guess I can, if I'm lucky, escape with replacing this set of props and the top cover of the drone. What do you think? Would you have gone ahead and repaired the drone yourself, or would you send it into DJI for inspection and repair? Let me know if you think I should give it a go and fix it myself and take it for a test flight afterward. Could be a fun experiment to try and take one of these apart. And like the last video where I was sharing my best tip about flying in wintertime, I will pull up some of the questions that you have asked below the video. A few of you commented on my advice of underexposing the footage by 0.3 stop, and actually suggesting overexposing it with 0.3 stop instead, as this will keep the snow white instead of middle gray, which is basically the default setting that the camera is trying to aim for. This sounds very plausible and definitely something that I need to try out. Also, there's been multiple comments about flying in moist and foggy conditions. This is definitely something that you should watch out for, because in worst case, snow or icing will start to occur on top of the props, and the drone will lose its capability to stay airborne and will be forced down. Either it will happen controlled, or if you continue to push it, it will happen uncontrolled. Definitely, if you decide to go that route, shorten your flights, as this would likely not be something that you would discover before it's too late. Also, James M came with some really nice additions to the video with some tips that are very, very useful. Where the one that I want to highlight is that, of course, you would lose performance with your drone if you're flying in cold conditions. So the flight time will probably be much shorter, as well as you will not be able to push the drone as hard as you are capable of during normal temperature conditions. This is because the battery loses its ability to deliver power with a decreasing temperature. And that goes as well for your phone, which is probably going to be the biggest issues that you're facing if you're staying outside flying, that your phone will shut down due to low temperature. And that can happen instantly during a flight, so that's definitely something to look out for. And not as you're supposed to fly beyond visual line of sight, as you will have a chance to retrieve the drone. I highly encourage you to drop your questions below if you think it's a good idea that I include answers to some of those as part of the video. And if you missed the video about the problems that you can experience when flying under cold conditions, I'll make sure to link that through this card. I hope you liked this video. If you did, then feel free to give it a like. If you didn't like it, feel free to press the dislike button twice. Thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you around.